Welcome back to another episode of TVGP's We Roguelike It. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonbeer.
Hi.
We're here for week 2 of Streets of Rogue. Streets of Rogue. Who Streets of Rage 4 came to game or PS Plus this week, so Streets of Rogue and Streets of Rage are right next to each other and not at all confusing.
Yep, not at all.
Yeah. So how did your second week in the streets go this time, Moon?
Are they streets? Are they really?
Top-down
It's more like an
city
isometric
blocks?
map.
Yeah.
It's they don't feel like streets, is what I'm
No.
saying.
Yeah.
I did a couple of runs. I've had a busy week. Is an understatement, to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks. Sorry, I just got a notification from Credit Karma that things have been changed.
Hey man,
Like,
things happen. It's like, yeah, man, I know. Thanks.
I'm aware.
You don't have to tell me.
You're notifying me about things. Anyway, things went okay-ish. Did a couple of runs. I did a run as the gorilla.
Okay. Yeah, how did that go?
It's super hard, dude.
Yeah.
Can't talk to anybody because he doesn't speak English.
Right.
Can't use firearms because his hands are too big.
Okay.
But let me tell you, you hit someone with a baseball bat, they sure as hell go through that wall behind them.
All right. That's pretty good. I like that.
And he also has a huge health pool. Like he starts off with like 140 health, which is kind of amazing. And anytime you rescue a gorilla, they join you as an ally for free, so you don't have to pay any money.
All right.
That is his big quest, actually, is freeing gorillas on every floor.
Okay.
The reason I did the run as the gorilla is because if you make it to the second floors, so 2-1, without using your weapon and only using your fists, you unlock the wrestler. So
okay.
I figured the gorilla was probably the easiest one to do that with.
Right.
So I didn't do another run as the wrestler, though. I haven't done that yet. Right now, I'm trying to... So all the achievements in this game are basically tied around... There's a couple of completion-based ones, but then most of them are unlocking characters. So I'm looking at a character, seeing how I unlock them, and then doing a run.
That's not too bad.
Right now, I'm trying to do a run where I kill at least 10 crepes, which, by the way, the balds and the crepes as the gang names, like, just skewed enough. Okay, I get it.
It's something.
Yeah, and the fact that they were red and blue doesn't say nothing, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got to kill 10 of them to unlock the counterpoint.
Like in one run or overall?
In one run.
That's a lot. Okay.
It is, but it isn't, because depending on how many you can get on a floor, you can get like 5 on a floor at once.
Oh, that's
not
true.
That bad.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. I'm doing current run with the soldier. I need you to explain to the listeners the screenshot I sent you.
The screenshot you sent me?
Yeah, your text message history. Like, pull up your text messages.
Hold on. I don't remember.
I literally sent it like 2 hours after we finished recording last week.
Oh. All right, so Moon sent an item description. I hadn't seen this one because I had stopped at the item description for the... I think it's the paralysis trap, the one where it says like the artist just drew this as an upside down P because they ran out of ideas. Yep. It's like, all right, that's pretty good. Moon sent me one for the Dizzy Grenade, named for the popular European egg-based video game hero, coincidentally also causes dizziness, which is really good.
This is literally the third time that stupid game has come up in like 2 months, dude.
Yes. It's... I don't know what we have done to be haunted by Dizzy, but...
I don't know either. I don't like it, is all I have to say. Because if you never played those games, don't. They're really annoying.
Yeah.
Platform adventure games. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fine. I'm torn because it's like, oh, play it how you want to play it, and I always play it the same way, which is I try and not get seen.
Yeah.
There are times I want to go in and wipe out the entire floor and see what that does, but that might be problematic.
Yeah, I wanted to do a run this week, and I'm gonna try and do one this week of the hacker, because you can hack things remotely, and I'm like, all right, maybe that sounds like kind of a more interesting approach to it, because I think for me a lot of this game, it's really not clicking with me, and I think a lot of it is the game itself. It's not even like I bought into the marketing or whatever. The game itself in the tutorial is always like you can play this game however you really want. Like you can sneak, you can hack, you can shoot, you can do whatever you want. And it's kind of the side effect of the soldier being really strong that I want to play as that character, because I can just kind
Yeah.
of blow through whatever I run into. Um, I had a couple of really good runs this week where I made it deeper into the third area, which is the park, I think it's called. Um,
Hmm.
and a lot of those runs were really good because I did a couple of side quests, got to got enough money to go to the cloning station to clone myself, and then gave the other me a handgun, and we just blew through everything floor after floor,
Yep.
which is cool. Like I like that you can do that, but like I feel like there's something missing that I'm missing in Streets of Rogue. It's one of those games that people are like, "Oh yeah, I love Streets of Rogue. It's so good." I'm just kind of not getting it. And when I look at the chicken nugget unlocks when you're back at the home base, I'm not.
None of them sing. Like none of
Yeah,
them are
like
like, yeah, I need to have this one.
yeah, like when you look at stuff like uh, Rogue Legacy 2, you can look at that upgrade tree and you unlock a new one, and you're like, man, okay, I gotta do another run or two. Is that new thing I unlocked? I gotta go try that one. Or like this thing's gonna be cool. Or, you look at a checklist in some of these games that have meta progression like this game, and you're like, okay, this thing is gonna cost me $15. I gotta go check this thing out because that sounds cool or broken or fun or whatever. I don't see anything in this game kind of in any of those lists that I'm
Hmm.
like, all right, I need to. That game is going to break the game wide open, or maybe that's more how I want to play it, or whatever. Like, there's just nothing there so far that is really pulling me there. So
That's the biggest issue I'm having with this game so far is it's nothing in it that's really drawing me in.
right,
There's nothing in it that's like hooked its way into me yet.
and I want to be clear for our listeners. I don't think it's a bad game. Like I'm not
No.
sitting here like dragging my feet over to my PS5 to go force myself to play it. Like I'm having fun playing it. It so far hasn't been one of those games where I'm like, all right, I got a little bit of time. I need to clear. I don't care what else I'm playing right now. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna play this game. It
Hmm.
really, it really isn't like that, which is fine. We're not gonna. Not all these are gonna be, tens out of tens for us. Um,
Yeah.
but I was hoping that it's one of those things where I was hoping this would click with me because people seem to really like it, and people seem to be really interested in Streets of Rogue 2 that's coming out later this year at time of recording. That seems to be a much larger game,
Hmm.
maybe more open world than this game, which I think
I'm
is interesting.
Yeah, it is, but my biggest beef with it is it's called Streets of Rogue and it's not a side scrolling beat 'em up. Like
Mm,
that's still my biggest beef with this thing is like no.
right.
You've lit it's cashing in on a name that has no correlation to the thing that the name is ripping off. It even has the same font treatment as
Right.
Streets of Rage, and
Right.
it's not.
Maybe the title will make a little bit more sense with the second one, where if you're doing an open world thing, you're on the streets of a big city. But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, but still.
It's a little bit odd. So I don't know. It's this. We've really only stopped playing one game on the show because it was a pretty bad, and I'm definitely not in that realm of
No,
dislike for this game, but there's so far it's just kind of fine.
should have called this city a Rogue.
Yeah, small city blocks of Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Any final thoughts here for week 2?
It is what it is. It's a fine game. It's not hooking me right now.
Yeah. Ditto. All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and we'll see you all next run. Bye.
Bye.